Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? It's Friday. Heck yeah. It is Friday, my dudes. That one, where does this go? This can go over here. Actually, I need to check this. Is this good? Is this gonna work? That is gonna work. Sweet. So how's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? It's Friday. Friday. I've got a million packages on the way. I've had to deal with paperwork all week, but everything is good. How's everyone doing? Can you fix mine? No. Okay, I'm going to say this once because I'm going to probably get asked a million times. We're replacing the Toolhead board in my X1C. My X1C is a pre-production one. If you purchased an X1C, this isn't an issue you have to worry about. Okay? We're doing something because I have a pre-production unit. So I'm putting the production Toolhead board in it. I know I'm going to get asked this a million times, so I'm just going to tell you to go watch the beginning of the stream. So if you're watching the stream, this is why we're doing this. So I'm getting an error on mine. Toolhead is basically not heating up. There was a known issue on the very first revision of the Toolhead board where the connector isn't good. They've since replaced it. I have the new one. If you purchased one, you do not have this issue. This is not something you yourself have to worry about. But I have to worry about it because I have a pre-production unit. So we're going to be getting this fixed. And if you ask me at any time during the stream why we're doing this, I'm going to tell you to go watch the beginning of the stream. So that is that. There's so much grain. Why is there grain? There shouldn't be grain. Oh, the camera's being funny. 1 second. Okay, so while that camera is rebooting, so we're going to get the X1 on the table, and we're going to go ahead and basically have to replace the Toolhead board. I think there's a wiki about it. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll find out as we go. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. Deactivate, activate. There we go. Are we back? We're back. Let's get the music going. There we go. Okay. So, I've got to make some room here. I got to move the Wubby Ducky. That, the Baby Groot. Got that, got that. This is move a Revo. Got a bunch of printed parts. Why do I have a Revo here? I don't know. Whatever. Have you tidied up? I've tidied up a bit. I've got floor space now. I've got floor space. Not a lot of floor space, but I have floor space. The problem is I'm running out of filament storage again. So what's happening is I'm just piling it up. And when I pile it up, that means I can't put other stuff where I would normally put other stuff because now I got filament sitting there. And next thing you know, I've run out of storage again. Which is really going to be fun when the rat rig shows up next week. Oh man, are you actually loaded? Oh, okay, I gotta turn it on to unload this. There's a reason I've been using my P1P more than the X1. Do I got room on the shelf for this? I do. So I figured out, I think I figured out how to define my biggest personal issue with the X1. Okay. I think I canceled that print. You canceled the print because you failed. You had a heater runaway. Why are you trying to resume a print from a healed runaway? Unload. And the issue is, it assumes too much. It tries to be more smart than it needs to be, and that annoys me. I think that's my biggest issue with it, is it tries to do things that I'm like, why are you doing that? You're doing it because you want to do it, not because I told you to do it. And it kind of annoys me. So that's why I've been using the P1P more, because it's dumber. Or at least it doesn't have the AMS. The AMS is annoying because, okay, P1P. If I want to swap out the filament on the P1P, ready? I go over here. I go unload, and I hit unload. Okay? And it'll unload the filament, and then I just grab a new filament out of my rep box, and I push it in, and I push one to feed, and it's done. This one, I have to go into the AMS menu. I have to unload the AMS menu if it's loaded, otherwise I just pull it out. Then I have to put the new filament in. Then I have to wait for the AMS to do its little calibration thingy. Then I have to go into the screen here and tell it what filament I loaded. Because if I don't have the right filament here, and in the slicer I go, hey, I'm printing PLA at a slot 1, it goes, oh, well, you have ABS in slot 1. I'm like, I don't have ABS. I just put PLA in there. Just print. It's like, nope, you got to go to the AMS and tell it what you put in it. So I got to go over here. I got to do that. It's like, just do what I tell you to do. Quit trying to be smart. You're not. I know it's a dumb little nitpick, but that's, I think, what I'm finding the most annoying about these. They print fine. Nothing against how it prints, but yeah. Why am I changing the toolhead? I'm changing the toolhead board from a broken one to a working one. Go watch the beginning of the video. Does it have thermal runaway? Yeah, that's why we're changing this. It's got a bad connector on the toolhead, so it's rating 0 on the toolhead, and it's shutting down. So now I gotta wait for the nozzle to heat up to unload it. So remove the type options. Can you remove them? I don't know. It's just more annoying. I like dumber machines that you just tell it what to do and they just do it. So. Prove on the software. Yeah, the software has been the biggest detriment to this. I mean, like, they had that security issue that they didn't like, oh, okay, I guess we'll fix it now that somebody pointed it out to us. And this one still doesn't have LAN only mode. So this one, you're still wholly dependent on their cloud service, which I don't like, but it is what it is. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Hey, Bamboo, why the fuck is your machine still heating up during a thermal runaway, during an unload? Now, granted, I know it's a defective toolhead board, but your controller should be like, hey, I'm not heating up right. I'm smoking. Why does your unload procedure not have thermal runaway protection? And now I got this AMS here. I can't unload the filament because it's all through the AMS. Seriously. Seriously. Okay, I gotta take this all. I gotta get this on the desk. Well, this is a straight up fail from Bamboo. This is a safety issue now. It's a thermal runaway. It didn't error out or anything. It just said it was waiting to heat up to 250 and it was smoking. Did I not unplug it? Ah. Like, come on, you guys are okay. I got nothing against you, Bamboo, but don't make me call you Creality. Creality already tried to burn my house down. Daniel, $10. Cheers. Okay. How can I gotta unhook you. I need to get this AMS off. I gotta pop this fitting off and like cut the filament. There we go. Now I gotta, okay, I got filament stuck in the AMS now. Smoking's bad for you. Yes, it is, David. You should stop. It's not good. Anyone here who smokes, quit smoking. Not good for you. I smoked for a decade. I haven't had a cigarette in 5 years now. So everyone say hi, David. So I'm going to give it one more chance. I'm giving it one more chance. We're going to try this again. Because yes, I know I have a faulty Toolhead board, but the controller is good and the software is up to date and it should be able to detect an error. Most annoying fact in the world is the connectors for the AMS are on the other side. So you got to like push it from the back. Pop it out. And you got to get something to push that connector. There we go. Okay. Get this top plate off. The design is very human, easy to use. Joseph, 49, cheers. Push the grab knob? I did. It's because it's all through the gears. Okay. So, let's heat you up again and see if you unload properly. And so we could document this whole thing. So again, this is the original Toolhead board, which, does it have an MCU in it? It's got a C11. It doesn't have like an STM32 or anything. It does have a controller of some sort. Spintrode? Spintrack? Spintrode? Okay. So, I have filament in this. Okay. Unload. So it's cutting the filament right now. What are you doing? Okay, so it's heating. 68. It should be it should be doing something. Cuz it's right there. See, it's trying to heat up. It says 240. It's trying to heat to 240. It's only reading 68, 69. Why are you heating up so slowly? Error out. Error out. Running unload filament. 69. Nice. But this ain't nice. Okay, Christoph. $10. Cheers for some nicotine patches for the printer so it stops smoking. Are you heating up? Are you heating up? Are you melting? 70. It's smoking. It's thermally running away without protection right now. It's smoking. There's smoke coming out of that. Okay, okay, so for the record, I knew this board died because it was erroring out during a print. So what was happening is I tried to print and then it would, you know, focus on me. It would error out. I can't remember the exact, did I take a picture of it? I think I took a picture. I'm pretty sure I took a picture of it. Let me see here. Yeah. Nozzle temperature is abnormal. The heater is over temperature. So this is during a heat up during a print. It's erroring out correctly. But I'm telling it to unload and it's not detecting it. So your error checking process has a gap I could drive a semi truck through. This is not good at all. Bamboo claimed to Manic that it should detect that, but it didn't. Well, it obviously doesn't. And this is, as far as I'm aware, running. I'm turning it back on. I want to get that fan going. I should have left the fan on. I think I'm running. I updated it the other day. I'm running the latest firmware. Now, they can claim it's an issue with the Toolhead board, but that means your controller's still not detecting the fault. I'm running 1.03, which is the latest version. So yeah, that it's still reading the Toolhead as 68. It's still reading it as 68. So it's stuck reading it at 68. I'm running the latest firmware. Yeah. That is a massive safety fault, Bamboo. Why does your machine not have thermal runaway in this sense? Why is the machine running away on me? Because you can't, like, I know I have a defective Toolhead board that's causing the temperature issue, but your controller board should be picking this up and going, hey, oh shit, I'm not heating up at the expected rate, power down. And it's not. Which one is it? That's the fan. This one is it that connector? It's that connector. You are, I think you are, it's a fan. Okay, so you're this one. Okay. I'm unplugging the board on the P1P. So I turned off the P1P. I unplugged the connectors for the hot end. Let's see what it says. Okay, the P1P is erroring out if I unplug the Toolhead. Okay. So if I unplug the hot end on the P1P, it errors out. But this is a different error because it's not unplugged, it's a fault somewhere. Okay. But the P1P has different connectors for everything, so we'll see. Yeah, P1P is working. Okay. I'm taking this door off because this door is annoying as shit. No, they have different connectors. They have different connectors. This is the board they want me to put in, and it has different connectors than this board. Like they're different boards for some reason. I don't know why. I think I got to take this whole thing apart too. I don't even want to work on this right now, honestly. The fact it doesn't have thermal runaway sketches me the heck out right now. Like the fact it was just running away right there without any, without it being caught. How does this door connect? I'm trying to take this door off because the fact the door doesn't open all the way is annoying when trying to actually do work on this printer. Go. Okay. Give me confidence to let the printer working without being present at all times. Yeah, well, one, I don't use this printer a lot anyways because it's the loudest thing I own. So it's already not used a lot by me. And now the fact that it just, you know, can run away for no reason all of a sudden, really doesn't inspire confidence in me. Like, how do you have thermal runaway that works in some situations but not others? Anything could be wrong with it. I'm running the latest firmware, okay? And the controller board is unchanged. So they can't do, the only difference is the toolhead board. But the controller is seeing the temperature ain't changing and ain't doing shit. So I'm giving them no excuse. Pre-production or not, as far as I know, the only difference is this board, which is dumb. It just connects. The controller does all the thinking. The controller is the production controller. The firmware is the production current firmware. And it's not detecting thermal runaway during an unload. Straight up sketches me out. I don't care if it's a pre-production machine. I'd be more pissed if it is a pre-production machine, because then they sent pre-production machines to people that have an issue. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is a pre-production machine. They shipped a machine that can burn somebody's house down. It shouldn't matter. They didn't tell me. They didn't give me any warning. Oh, hey, this doesn't have thermal runaway protection in this sense. How y'all doing on this Friday? Let me pull up their Wikipedia page. It's the developer's fault. You said it, not me. Bamboo lab toolhead board replacement. Yeah, I tested, I unplugged it. So this is what we're replacing. The toolhead board on the P1P is different. As far as I'm aware, it does the same thing. It's just different connectors. So I got to take this whole bloody thing apart. Shoot. This is going to be fun. Hey, they gave me a video at least. Oh yeah, yeah. Thermal runaway has killed people before. It was a, not an A-net. What's the other? What one? Which one was the one in California? Because we've already got the Creality Sonic Pad that tried to burn my house down earlier. Tronxy, yeah, Tronxy. So Bamboo, you're on the same level as Tronxy right now. Yeah, it was a Tronxy machine. The thermal runaway failed and the machine caught fire and burned the house down and killed a kid. Well, like a teenager, but still. Okay, so undo that, disconnect LED cable, push both sides, release the PTFE. Hopefully I could take my filament out. Unless it's like a molten mass. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. It's nice and burnt and toasty. I am really disappointed right now. Because, like, my complaint with this machine was like, you know, it's not really like, I prefer a little bit more control over my machine. It's just what I like. This machine kind of assumes a little too much, but it is what it is. So take what I said at the beginning of the stream and add, it could burn my house down to it. Okay, disconnect everything. Cool. And take out that lever. Yeah, I'm really in a great mood right now. Speaking of great mood, do you want to be in a great mood? Do you want to win some filament from Polymaker? Every stream, we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. And this stream is no different, so link in the description. So go enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Yeah, go win some printer chow. Somebody's got to get something out of this. Okay, so that comes out. Okay, and then I got to take the back ones out, it looks like. So those two come out. Those two come out. Okay, so we gotta take that. Actually, you know what? While I unscrew this, if somebody wants to, if somebody can go on the Discord and just link clip it, you know how you can clip stuff? If somebody can clip the part where we find out this thing is thermal runaway, doing a thermal runaway the second time, because I think there's better footage the second time. If somebody can clip that, link it in the Discord, I'm gonna tweet it out. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is a safety issue. And I really don't like this. I love the smell of burnt ABS in the morning. And by morning, I mean afternoon. But you know what? You know what? It's gonna be okay. You know why? Right now, I went to Costco yesterday, and they actually had steaks on sale for the first time in a while. Well, reasonable price. So I got 2 steaks for me and the wifey in the sous vide right now. And when the stream is done, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna probably make some rice. I'm gonna throw them on the grill and have some wine. How are the rails holding up? Fine. Well, we'll fix the safety issue? Yeah, Bamboo updating their firmware with proper thermal runaway detection. There's nothing you can do on your end, because guess what? The firmware is all locked down. I can't see what it's doing. You can't see what it's doing. The only people that can update this firmware are Bamboo. Joys of a walled ecosystem. Project R3D, $50, cheers. You know what? Project R3D, they have the Daedalus. They've got the Apollo. Those machines run rep firmware. Those machines have proper thermal runaway protection. Good on them. Benjamin, $5, cheers. Or gifted 5 memberships, cheers. Okay, so apparently this pops out now. How do you, it's current year, how do you not have working thermal runaway protection? Check thermal runaway on the P1P. On the P1P, I did unplug the tool head, or unplug the connector that connects the hot end, and it errored out as soon as it booted up. Like after like 20 seconds, it gave like a little error. The thing is, it's an issue with the tool head board in this. So maybe it's because this tool head board is the older generation, like not the production one, but it's still seeing that it's not heating up when telling. So if we looked at the controller going, I'm telling this thing to heat to 240, 68, 68, 69, smoke's coming out of it, and it's just going, I'll just wait for it to catch up. It's taking its time. The issue is it's not detecting the irregular heat up in this situation. That's the problem. That's what's going on. So that's the problem. It's not the firmware is not detecting it. There's smoke coming out of that. Okay. There's smoke coming out of that. Okay. So, let's see here. So let's see here. Hey, at Bamboo Lab. It is 2022 and your machine does not have proper thermal runaway detection during an unload command. And how do I word it? It's 2022 and your machine does not have proper thermal runaway protection during an unload command, and the controller can see that the temperature is not changing at the desired rate, but will happily smoke out the hot end. Oh my God, it is 2023. It's the future. It's 2023 machine does not have proper thermal runaway detection during an unload command, and the controller can see that the temperature is not changing the desired rate, but will happily smoke out the hot end. There we go. Not good. No. Space. There we go. There we go. Like, I don't get me wrong. I understand. Nobody's perfect. I understand things can go wrong. Okay, I understand there could be a one in 100 assembly defect. Things happen. Okay, especially current year with the way, supply chains is. I understand stuff can go wrong. But when it comes to a software safety issue that should catch a thermal runaway in a 3D printer, and we've been through this dog and pony show with thermal runaway a million billion times already, that angers me. Like, this is a pre-release version. It shouldn't matter. It's running the current firmware, and this is a firmware issue. It can see the temperature of the tool head. It could see it commanded the tool head to 240 degrees Celsius. It could see it sat at 68, 69, 70 for minutes while the tool head was smoking. Okay, it should, the firmware, which is the current release firmware, should go, oh shit, it's not heating at the desired rate, something's wrong. And it's not erroring out. That is the issue. It shouldn't matter what type of machine this is. Tap better than clicky? I'm putting tap in a machine. I'll let you know. I haven't used tap yet. So it shouldn't matter what version this is. Like, for full disclosure, we're putting the Toolhead in because it is erroring out. Okay, there's a new board for the Toolhead. Apparently it's got a better connector or something. However, this is on the controller side of things, not the Toolhead board. It's reading the temperature just fine. And we know the thermal runaway works because during a print, it's erroring out correctly. That's what scares me the most. This thing is erroring out correctly during a print. But when I go into the controller and tell it to unload filament, it is not catching that same error. That's a software issue. That's the big problem. It is erroring out correctly when I try to print, because that's how I figured out the Toolhead needed replacing. They sent me this a while ago. They're like, hey, there's an issue with the board. I'm like, cool, I'll swap it out when it becomes an issue. It finally became an issue because it was erroring out. However, today we went to unload the filament because it's loaded and it's got the AMS and you have to unload the filament. And the thermal runaway doesn't work when you tell it to unload. You're not printing. That's the issue. The thermal runaway only works in some situations, apparently. And test during a load? Well, it's too late now. I've got the Toolhead half apart. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if load or unload. It shouldn't matter. If it's failing on one, it's failing on everything. Yeah, okay, so it's reading, on your case, yeah. X1, disconnect the Toolhead, it's reading 0. The problem is mine's not heating up at the expected rate. And it's not erroring out. So there are situations where the thermal runaway doesn't work. If this was a Prusa, and if you hit unload in a Prusa and it could thermally run away, would that shit fly nowadays? Would anyone here give Joe a pass? If every other situation thermal runaway worked on a Prusa, but if you hit unload, it disables thermal runaway during an unload, it doesn't work. Would anyone here give Joe a pass? No. If this was no. Thermal runaway works all the time, or it's useless. And if it's useless, your machine's unsafe. I mean, Christ, the Creality. Okay, the Sonic Patch shit. But the Ender 3 has thermal runaway that works. Okay, so now I gotta take the USB cable out. Okay. How does that come out? Okay, we took the back off. Oh, it comes up and out. But the LiDAR, I disabled the LiDAR. It doesn't do anything. It's useless. Go watch 3D Print General's video on it. Why is this not coming out? Go watch 3D Print General's video on the LiDAR. It does basically nothing. Okay, yeah, you pop the back off. And it just pops out, okay. Okay, that's a little bit more tight on mine. There we go. And it's a USB-C cable. I've already put a tweet out. Somebody clipped it. 1 second here. Let me. Okay, I already tweeted it. And here, let me. Okay, for extra clarification, it caught the issue and errored out correctly during a print. However, thermal runaway does not catch the issue when an unload command is issued from the touchscreen. Does that mean thermal runaway isn't on all the time, or is it situational? Tweet. I'm really sketched out about this. Like, because so many people are buying this, because this is the machine you don't need to worry about. You just unbox and print. You don't need to worry about anything. And now we're into Ender. You have to flash your own firmware for thermal runaway. Like this is what concerns me, is so many people are buying this because this is the machine. You don't gotta worry about it. You just unbox it and print. You don't need to know about the firmware. You don't need to be able to change anything. It's just unbox it. I've said that. I've recommended this machine. But now the for thermal runaway doesn't work if you hit unload. So if you bought this machine and you had the same issue I had, and you come downstairs and you see that error for a print and you go, oh shit, and you hit unload, and then your mom goes, hey, come upstairs, and you run upstairs, or you go to change the laundry, expecting your machine to just unload because you didn't know what that error was. You just said, oh, it's not heating up correctly. Oh, maybe I had a fan on. Cool. Let me unload the filament, and I'm gonna go do something else while it's unloading, because it's just an unload command. And then next thing you know, it burns down. Should people stop? I'm not your mom, Derek, and thanks for the 10. I'm not your mom. I wait for Bamboo to say something. But, yeah. That super sketches me out. This super sketches me out. You replied to the first section. This super sketches me out. Let's see. Am I on the I think I'm on the Bamboo. Oh, there you go. 1 second here. I think I'm on the Bamboo Discord. Let's see here. Nobody's talking about it on the Bamboo Discord. Okay. The two machines and... Okay, 75 echo. 75 echo. Okay, change the toolhead board and try again. Cool. What does changing the tool board do anything about how the firmware or the controller board works? Okay, so yes, I have a defective toolhead board. It's throwing an error. Okay, it's not heating up correctly. Tell me where it's acceptable that the controller board, which is the production version, and the firmware, which is the production version, doesn't detect that error. Tell me in what world that a controller board says, oh, well, it's not heating up the way I want it to. I'm just gonna let it keep going. Is that acceptable to you? It shouldn't matter what the controller board says. I could rip out the controller board. I could drive a nail through it. It shouldn't matter. The toolhead board is defective. The controller board is not picking that up. That is the problem. And the thing is, it picked it up before. It picked it up during a print, but it's not picking it up during a commanded unload command, okay, from the controller. So that means the thermal runaway is situational, which sketches the hell out of me. That's the problem. The problem is it's working in some situations and it's not working in others. So that's what sketches me out the most, is it works sometimes, but not, it's situational. If my house is on fire, I don't want the fire department to be like, well, it's the third Tuesday of the month. We don't work on the third Tuesdays of the month. Okay? Either your thermal runaway works all the time or it's useless. Hey, Sanity. This is an easy fix. Enable it for all situations, but I don't know how their firmware is made up. It's all closed source. We don't know how their stuff works. So who knows? Maybe because their firmware was written by 20 guys during a pandemic, all working from home. Maybe they just have it where like the one guy implemented it for everything but commands from the controller. Maybe it only runs thermal runaway when it's actually running G-code. I don't know how it's set up. You don't know how it's set up. And the issue is, it's not that it's detecting no temperature. It's detecting no change in temperature. So unplugging the toolhead board errors it out, at least on the P1P, because it detects 0. The problem is, right now, I turn this on, it's detecting 68 degrees, and it heats up to like 70 still before I went, oh shit, it's smoking. So it's detecting a temperature, but it's not detecting a change in temperature. So it could be a faulty thermistor, it could be a faulty part of the PCB because, you know, this is on your toolhead board for some reason. There could be something wrong with the PCB, but the problem is it's not detecting a change in temperature. Yeah. Okay, so take those off and then that comes off. So give you a situation. What if this happened, okay, exactly what we're going through. I hit unload and then my doorbell rung. And I went to go answer the door and it's my neighbor and he has a problem or something and I'm gone for 10 minutes. Well, you guys were watching this. Would this have been a good outcome if this just kept going for 10 minutes? Or what if, you know, little Timmy was doing this? He came downstairs and, oh, my machine didn't work. Oh, well, I got dinner in a minute. Let me just unload the filament and then I'm going to go up for dinner. And he pushes the unload and then he leaves the room to go to dinner. Because you might all say, oh, I never leave my printer under 10. Yes, you do. Have I let it for check it on the stream. It was smoking for a while. We did it on the stream for quite a while. It was more than 30 seconds, that's for sure. And frankly, I didn't want it to go longer because, you know, I don't know what happens if this thing runs away. I don't, like, yeah, I have a fire extinguisher in here. I really didn't want to use it. You know, I let it run as long as I could safely go, you know what, this is a problem now. Are we talking about the sonic pad or the bamboo? The bamboo did a boo-boo. Also, I love how many screws screw in the plastic. Okay, that's out. P1P, okay, so Tom's, the P1P has a different controller board. I tried unplug, the best I could do is basically just unplug it. What I will do is after we get this replaced, I'm gonna take the P1P, I'm gonna pull the thermistor out. The problem is these things aren't easy to pull. You gotta take apart half the thing to take the thermistor out. So I'm gonna pull the thermistor out of the tool head and tell it to do an unload. So that's what we're gonna do. Or I'll just do it on this one because they're running the same firmware, right? Okay, so now I gotta start untaking all this apart. Okay. Well, the issue is it's reading like 68 degrees on the toolhead. So something's wrong with the board. The problem is it's not stopping it from running away. That's the problem. Well, I'm breaking these stupid little tabs. That's a great design decision. Let's put little itty bitty tabs and break them. Yeah, don't leave your printer unattended for any point during your 10-hour print. Yep. Well, 8 hours. It's the bamboo. It's fast. Okay, take those two off at the bottom. Disconnect that, the motor, that, remove that screw, remove that screw, remove that screw. Disconnect the LiDAR, disconnect that, jeez. Okay. Early adopter, first gen product. Let me just check here. Yeah, this is really sketchy. I don't know. Okay, that comes out. Somebody catching on everything. What was that? Elma Cons 15 cheers. To test the P1P, pull the heater out. You have the constant temp like you have now. That way you can test. Yeah, I'll just pull. Well, what I'm going to do when I'm putting this back together, I'm just not going to put the thermistor in. I'm just going to have the thermistor dangling out and see if it picks it up again. This is super. Nope. Overhead. And all these screws are just like into plastic. So if you do this a bunch, you'll end up. I don't know what this clip does. Go, and I think this is the last one. Oh, there's still one up here. You know, my day was going really good too. I got most of the video for tomorrow filmed. I was just gonna, you know, after the stream ends, go out, film the last little bit. So what's different between these boards? So there's like, I don't know if mine, what's with all this residue? It's like, oh, that's from like the burning filament, I think. Is it? Or is that conformal coating? Because this one doesn't have it. Yeah, this is version 4, this is version 5. Yeah, I think it's like a conformal coating or something. Yeah, because this has it too. It's just, this is yellow for some reason. And this is all glued together. Okay. Well, time to put it back together now. Fun times. Version 5, how many? PCB design is a common thing. It's common to go through iterations. For all you know, like, they added the LiDAR differently. They didn't add the LiDAR to the 3rd revision. Like, yeah, there's tons of revisions, but production is version 5, and I have pre-production, which is version 4. It's not so much they had problems, it's just they changed the designs. Who knows? There might be a revision just because they had to move a screw. Who knows? So, yeah, you iterate. Yeah, the revision number doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I'm just super sketched out about the thermal runaway. Arthur, cheers. YouTube was. Did you click the link for the clip? I want a P1P so I can have an inanimate carbon rod. They call employee of the month. It's the inanimate carbon rod. Which, by the way, for those wondering, how the bearings are holding up, I don't think these are bearings. I'm pretty sure these are just brass bushings on the carbon. But I don't see any wheel tracks, and I see brass through this hole. So yeah, now to connect everything back together, let's put the new board on. It's all on the TH board. Okay, so that goes on there. And then we put all the screws in. And then we attach everything. What brand are the gold shafts? I don't know, but Fabrico gave them to me. That sly dog getting his free, getting the free marketing. He's like, I'm just going to give you these screwdrivers at Murph. And then when you use them on stream, I get free advertising. I don't know what brand they are. They're nice. I'm missing a few sizes, though. That's the only problem. Okay, let's put this back together. Okay, so this goes like... This is super annoying to do, by the way. Okay, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Put you in there so that don't fall out. Okay. Hector has good stuff. They do! And then while I'm screwing this all together, if you haven't had the chance, make sure you enter to win some filament from Polymaker. We give away a spool every stream. And you know, this stream has been a little bit more eventful than normal. It doesn't change that. And then while you're down there in the video description, don't forget to like that smash button. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, there's also links in the description as well. Consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter. Goes a long way in supporting the channel. Anyone built a P1P enclosure? I did on the unboxing stream. I put it back in the box it came with. Okay, so we got the LiDAR cable, which just kind of snaps into place there. Okay, this is the old cable. Companion tube enclosure. That's like, I got a feeling that's going to be the thing everyone does with the bamboo P1P. It's cool, but like, let's be honest, it's a huge amount of filament. It makes the machine bigger. And, I don't know. I'm leaving mine as open as possible just for better cooling. Okay, I put all the screws in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this goes to there. Okay. This one, okay, this one goes in the side here. This one goes in here. This is super annoying. Okay, and this one goes here. This goes over the top. There would be little clips here, but they broke off. I think that's it for the back. Which printer is my current go-to? The one that's in pieces. Oh. Hey, Pupper. Hey, Calvin. Do you get a shower? Okay. Well, today we're doing, Daddy's actually doing some kind of work that I can't let you help with, unfortunately. So, can you go help Mommy? Hey, can you go help Mommy, Calvin? Hey, buddy. Hey, go help Mama. Okay, you out too, buddy. Okay. Pain to work on, proprietary parts. It is what it is. Like, personally, I'm a fan of just like a breakout board on the tool head, or even just running wires to it with a connector, like a 20-pin connector, and call it a day. But it is what it is. I'm probably gonna get this stream will probably get hit. I might have broken. I think this is the most I've scored on a stream in a while. Like I dropped. I think I dropped a pretty big F-bomb right at the beginning. Okay, so screw all that in. Connect that. I've done that. Put the little cover on. Like, all this stuff is good from Bamboo. All these videos that they put out on how to do all this is all fine. I love all this. They did a great job with this stuff, the docks and everything. Apply silicone glue to the connectors and the 4 cables. Okay. Honey, get me my silicone glue. I think it's over here. That's grease. That's that. That's the thermal grease. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. Silicone glue. Jeeves, fetch me the silicone glue. Exactly. So where do I put it on there? Okay, you just put a dab on all the connectors just to kind of hold them together. I gotta poke a hole in this first. Come on. It's not working. It's like dried up already. I know I have a pokey thing somewhere. I've got to have a pokey thing somewhere. There we go. Wonder how this looks like white glue. But no, it's silicone glue. And it's a mess and it gets on everything. But this is how they want me to do it. I'm going to do it right. Unlike the thermal runaway protection. Okay. Okay, they put a lot more than I did. I'm not putting that much. They're clips. They click. Okay, so I gotta do some wire routing. Renee, $10. Cheers. Compensation for the bamboo F-bomb. It's content. Yeah, I'm getting... Oh, this stuff is sticky. There's like little clips, I gotta get it around. There we go. Okay, that's all in there. Why aren't you going in your hole? Yeah, whatever. Good enough. Yeah. See, this guy was smart. He waited for it to dry. Oh, it goes that way. What'd I miss? What'd I miss? Okay, put the front on. That attaches there with 2 screws, and we got a ground there too. I like it's grounded. That's nice. The glue just holds the clips on for a little bit extra security. Like, I wouldn't say they're like, oh my god, if you don't have it, your machine will burst into flames type situation. But, you know, it's good to have. They recommend to put it on, so I'm putting it on. Would I recommend it if they fix the print firmware? They better fix it, because if they don't, it's a fire hazard. And you don't recommend fire hazards. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, you had the pre-production board, so you can't complain. Well, they never told me that this was an issue with the pre-production board, which makes me even, if it is, you know, only related to pre-production boards for whatever, makes me more angry. They're just like, oh, hey, there's a fault with the old board. Swap it out. Here's a new one. Okay. Okay. So that goes like that. And we put that on. Okay. Hi, Jack and Declan. I'll try and keep the potty mouth down for the rest of the stream, unless it tries to burn my house down again. All these screws are plastic screws, by the way. Like they're not screwing into heat sets or actual metal inserts. I think everything screws into plastic. So you might want to be careful if you have to take this apart multiple times, because what can happen is you're eventually going to wear out the thread because you're screwing into plastic with a lot of this. So. What is it? Oh, I don't know, it's just glue stick, I think. And I think I'm missing a screw, because I only got, oh, there's the other two. Okay, we're good. Okay. Well, okay, so again, I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm replacing a pre-production Toolhead board with a standard control, like Toolhead board, like the production model, okay? Because they're like, oh, hey, there's an issue with the connector. I'm pretty sure that's what the email said. There was an issue with the connector. You need to swap it out. So what happened was I was going, well, you know what? It's working for now. I'll swap it out when it starts becoming an issue. And what happened was the other day I went to print something and it errored out. Thermal runaway protection. Toolhead not heating at expected rate. It gave me an error and it stopped safely like thermal runaway protection should. So cool, I'll swap it out on stream this Friday. So at the beginning of the stream, I hit the unload button because usually it's like a flaky connection. That's what I kind of figured. It's not moving during an unload, it'd probably work. And it thermally ran away and the software didn't catch it. That's the problem. Is the software saw that it was running away and did nothing. It failed to do its job. So they gave me a new tool head, or they gave me a new hot end too. I think the connectors are different. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna swap out this hot end for the one they gave me with this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the thermistor out of the current one, and I'll plug it in and have that thermistor just hanging off. So I think that's how we're gonna test it. This would be a lot easier to do if I didn't have panels in the way of everything. Ow. There we go. Okay, that's that. Okay. Because I have to do some like tests once I hook it all up. P1P get the same test. I can't. The P1P uses different connectors than the X1. So I don't have a spare P1P tool head to do it with easily. I'd have to like take apart the machine. Yeah. Why aren't you clicking in, right? Okay. What's being fixed? We're replacing the toolhead board and doing testing for thermal runaway because apparently there's a situation where the thermal runaway protection doesn't work on the P1P or the X1. They should be able to fix it with an update. I don't see why not. It could see the temperatures. It just needs to react to it. Do I get paid for the ad? Yeah, if you see an ad on YouTube, I get a percentage of that. I get like a couple pennies. Okay, that's the back of this done. Okay, so now I can put that in there. So this is all that. So I want to swap out this hot end because they gave me a new hot end. I don't think there's any difference in it, but I'm just going to put the new one in because it's new and it's shiny. And I don't have an Allen key for it. So that's the fan. I think that's, yeah, so they swap the connectors with ones that lock. I think that's the big difference. This is super annoying when you can't get directly at it. Use the LiDAR as a smoke detector. LiDAR can see smoke. But wait, it's not really LiDAR, so. Okay, so that's that. There we go. Okay. So you can go in there. You go there. There. And you. There. You, Mr. Cutting Thing, go there. Okay. And then we have the front. Okay. And the front goes on. Give it some power. Wait for it to boot up. So let's get this out of here. Okay, version as a normal, repairing and update, settings, general version, yes. So I'm assuming we got to update some stuff because of the Toolhead board. It's being swapped out. So I want to get the thermistor. Actually, no, I got a different thermistor. I got one that's already taken apart, I think. I think I have one that's already taken apart. Oh man, I thought I had a spare thermistor in here. I got a spare hot end. I guess I don't have a spare thermistor. I thought I did. Okay, I guess I got to take this apart to get it out. Oh. New firmware, would you like to go to update page? Yes. So 1.03, so that's the firmware I'm running. Return. 1.03, yeah, I'm running the latest firmware. Okay, so it's reading 24 degrees Celsius. Unload. So it's heating up to 240 right now. $150. So it's heating up now. Trying to get this out without breaking it. There we go. Because it's just a glass bead thermistor. Okay, unload complete. Okay. So that worked. So now, oh, there's even some filament in it. Cool. I don't know if I can plug this in. Yeah, they changed the stupid design. I can't plug it in now. I can't plug in a different board. I have to, like, I have to use this thermistor, and I don't want to have to take it apart. Did they give me, do I have an extra thermistor anywhere? I only got the one thermistor, really. Well, I'm assuming an error out if the thermistor isn't plugged in. So let's start with no thermistor. Let me dig for an extra. I could have sworn I had an extra. I got extras of everything. They sent me extras of everything except for thermistors, apparently. No, that's a regular thermistor. Yeah, I gotta take it apart. Okay, it's reading 0 on the tool head. So right now, it's reading 0 on the tool head. But it's not erroring out. Why aren't you erroring out yet? Does it not do a sanity check on boot up? Oh. Okay, nozzle temperature is abnormal. The sensor may have an open circuit. And it's telling you to check some pictures. Okay. Clear. I can clear it. That's okay. Unload. So right now I don't have a thermistor in it. It's just unplugged. No thermistor. It's reading 0. Okay, it's trying to heat to 240. It's saying 0. Temperature is abnormal. It's giving me a warning. Running unload filament cycle. If I start seeing filament come out of here, because it's still on. Like, please tell me you're not actually heating up. It's giving me a warning I can ignore. Ignore. Please tell me you're not actually heating up. The sensor is on. Okay, I'm just double checking. I really want to make sure it's not actually heating up. I don't think it's actually heating up. Check with the heat gun. I got a little. Yeah, 24. It's not heating up. I don't think it's heating up. Yeah, I don't think it's heating up. So it's catching it here. Okay. Yeah, this. Yeah. Yeah, it's not heating up. Okay, so it's working now. Okay. So it's working now. So the question is, the issue was before is it was plugged in. It was picking up a temperature. It just wasn't. Man, I really wish I could just plug this stupid thing in, but it won't let. Oh wait, I could just depin it. 1 second here. It's just same pins. Okay. So now I'm going to plug the old a thermistor in. If I can. If I can get it to. This is a wholly different pin. Dang it, they're different, completely different. think I can just plug it in. You're really going to make me take this whole thing apart. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Well, you're going to make me take apart the whole bloody hot end. Just to do a test. Just to do a sanity safety test. I'm taking apart the hot end. Okay. Let's get this out of here. Unplug the heater? Yeah, let's unplug the heater. Let's try with an unplugged heater. Okay, so now, heater's not plugged in. Pull the sock in a little clip. Oh yeah, you can just pull that off, yeah. You won't have the old Toolhead board. The old Toolhead board was the pre-production ones. Okay. It's reading ones. Where are you reading 1C at? Where are you reading 1C at? You need to have the hot end plugged in for it to pick up a temperature on the hot end. You need to have the hot end plugged in for it to pick up a temperature on the hot end. Otherwise, it just reads 0. So if you just unplug the hot end, check the thermistor with an ohm meter. Okay, so the hot end's on. Okay, so it works with the hot end. So what we have to do is, because the issue was, it was detecting a temperature, but when I told it to unload, the temperature didn't increase, and then it errored out, or didn't error out. So it seems to be on boot up, it does do a sanity check. Because if you unplug the thermistor, or you unplug the hot end, it reads 0, and it errors out, okay? But that wasn't the issue we were having. The issue we were having was it was reading a temperature, but then it wasn't changing the temperature. Okay. So now I've gone ahead and removed the thermistor from the heater block. So you can see it right here. Our thermistor is now outside of the heater block. This is it right here. So it won't pick up a temperature change when the heater kicks in, but it'll read a temperature of hopefully room temperature. How long it takes? They sent me this a while ago. They knew that there was an issue with the Toolhead board, the production Toolhead board. They told me it was an issue with the connectors, which I guess that, I don't know. Okay. Hi, Calvin. Okay, you want to sit in the chair? Okay, but Daddy's working, so you got to sit right there. Okay, so now we're going to tell it to unload. It's reading 30 degrees. Unload. So it's asking it to heat to 240.
240. I want to walk too. What is that doing?
It is heating up. It's heating up. 65. But it's right next to it. That's the problem. Yeah. 84. It's still heating up, but it's heating up much slower. But this is... Yeah. It's going to burn the filament. Because it's... Okay. Yeah, you got to go see Mama. Daddy's doing some work here. Yeah. It's reading 120. Because remember, it's sitting next to it, so it's still getting some heat, but it's reading 120, and this is... And there's the smoke. It's reading 130. Yep, it's running away. It's thermally, it's running away, and it's we're getting no errors. We're getting no errors. It's reading 139, and it's smoking. So yeah, that is the issue. So during, oh, are you okay? You're okay. It was PLA in there. Yeah, so there you go. For those, oh, it was a pre-production board. This is the production board. So yeah, so, oh shoot, let me turn it back on and get a fan going. It's smoking. So yeah, if your thermistor fails on a bamboo and you hit the unload button, thermal runaway does not work. No, that that wasn't oils. That wasn't oils. It was burning out the filament. Test load. No, there is no load. There is no load on a bamboo. There is no load. There's only an unload. Let it catch fire content. No! We're going to do the P1P now. It failed the test. It should have thermally ran away. Now, it did go up a little bit because the thermistor is beside it. Like if you look, the thermistor is beside it, so it did go up a little. But let me redo it with the thermistor way out of the way. Let me put this somewhere out of the way. Try not to break it. As you know, a glass bead thermistor is not great to have. Okay. There you go. Okay, so that is out of the way. Okay. That thermistor should be nowhere near it. Yeah, it's up out of the way. Unload. So right now, the thermistor is not attached. Okay, so test on the bamboo. I've hit the unload button. The thermistor is not in the tool head. So this is simulating a thermistor fail. So say your thermistor, it's just not installed correctly. You didn't install it correctly. Okay, and I hit unload, and it's smoking. It's smoking. Yep. It's got no thermal runaway if your thermistor isn't reading correctly. I gotta turn it back on so the fan kicks in. How long do we... I don't know. It should be 15 to 20 seconds usually. Like thermal runaway usually catches it pretty bloody quickly. Oh, the fan isn't going to kick in because it's not detecting it's at 50. Oh, wait, no, it did heat up enough. Fan must have moved. So yeah, so we can replace it. Completely agree. It should be fast. Okay, this is the new board. This is the new board. This is the brand new board. So here's the thing. Let's run a normal thing. So let's run a print. Let's run a print. Okay. I'm gonna print a benchy. It's got a benchy in here. We're gonna print the benchy. Print now. Okay. So I think it heats up the bed first. This is software. Okay, so hot end. Okay, so now it's trying to heat up the hot end. Okay, so it's going to go to the purge position. New filament ran out. Please load. Oh, I need filament in there. There. Oh. What's going on? Okay, it's trying to heat up the hot end right now. Uh, 51, 52, 53. So the thermistor, remember, it's sitting next to it, but it's not installed in the toolhead block. So it should be detecting it's not heating up at the expected rate. 56, it's sitting at 56, 55. And it's smoking. It's smoking. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, there's the smoke. Yeah, it's smoking again. I don't know. This heat gun sucks. The only heat gun I got is only good to like 50C. So 0 runaway protection. That's what it's looking like. Like it. I got it's smoking. I got smoke. Yeah, turn it on again for the fan. Gotta let that cool so I can put the thermistor back in it. I don't know, I'm gonna put the thermistor back in it. I'm gonna let it cool down, and then I'm gonna take the P1P and do the same thing. Pull the thermistor out of the tool head and see if the P1P does the same thing. It would not work if it had filament. I put filament into it. It was trying to heat up to temperature. On a normal printer, if it tries to heat up and it detects an issue with the heat up, that supersedes everything. It shouldn't be, well, it failed to heat up, but you also didn't have filament loaded. So nothing should override the thermal runaway getting like triggering. Or Bamboo, I don't know if they're watching the stream, hopefully. I'm gonna I put some tweets out, but there's no thermal runaway if your thermistor is, if you know, you didn't follow the video right, your thermistor fell out or it's broken and it's not reading correctly. Like this is such a simple thermal runaway thing. Yes, the odds of your thermistor falling out are pretty slim, but it's still failing that test. Oh my God. Okay. I'm not happy right now with this. I am not too happy with this. Okay, let's get you off. Okay. Oh, now it's picking up the temperature. Now it's working. You should take a thermistor out of the one in Bamboo. Well, I'd have to pull yeah, okay, here's a good example. Which one can I easily do this? Yeah, here we go, this one right here. Okay. Okay, which one is the thermistor? This one. This will be easy. Okay, you ready for this? Just to give you an idea. This is how quickly thermal runaway should kick in, okay? This is big pop-up Joey P, right? Okay, heater hot end. I gotta do this quick because it's a Revo. Okay, I'm gonna hit 240. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna unplug my thermistor. Okay. Okay, it's heating up. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Thermistor unplugged. Thermal runaway detected. I can't pull it. It's a Revo. I can't pull the thermistor out. There you go. Instant. Now, granted, you know, incorrect heating up. It takes some time for it to heat up and then realize it's not heating up correctly. But it shouldn't be. It's like 10, 15, 20 seconds. Your hot end doesn't get to the point where it starts smoking. Not heating at expected rate. Yeah, not heating at expected rate does not take that long to trigger. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not using this till they put a thermal an update out. Let's grab the P1P. Okay, P1P. Turn you off. Pull the board off. So, this one's different. You can see the connectors are different. They're like, I don't know, they use ribbon cables for some of this. It's a different tool head board on this. But it's the same hot end design. Where is this? Okay, so we've pulled our thermistor out. Yeah, try to put this back on. There we go. Okay, put the sock back on. So that's just going to sit out there. There we go. So it's out of the way. Turn it back on. I can't turn this screen, so this is all you're going to get. Okay. Unload. Unload. Igor, 2790. Cheers. Plug in a thermistor from the other Revo core. Oh yeah, good point. I got one right here. Give me a second. I'll do that in a minute. If the connector is the same. Hopefully it is. I think it is. Should be. Actually, no, that doesn't have a Revo. That one doesn't have a Revo. But I could just, it should just plug in. Yeah, it's just a... Yeah, I could plug in a random thermistor. I'll just plug in a random thermistor. Okay. Still trying to unload. And there comes the molten filament. No thermal runaway on the P1P either. It's just, I'm just melting. Yeah, I'm just melting. Yeah, it's not thermally running. It's not catching itself. I'm just melting TPU. So it's not erroring out. It's reading 24 degrees Celsius on the hot end, and it's still trying to heat it up. And it's smoking. Okay. So, let's watch this. It automatically thermally ran away already. Okay. Okay. What does unload mean? It's basically just telling it to, I'm just telling it to heat up. I hit the unload because it heats up to 250. So, right now, this is Clipper. So this is Clipper on a machine. Now, I'm replicating the exact same thing. I have a hot end here. I got it plugged into a thermistor that's just out in the open. And I'm gonna tell this hot end to heat up to 250. Okay, let's see how long it takes to realize something's wrong. I think this has an XG hot end. Errored. See? Heater extruder not heating at expected rate. So either do they not have this safety parameter as part of their firmware? 20 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. So do they not have heater heated at expected rate as part of their safety parameters, as part of their firmware? Okay. Like this is seriously like a big issue. This puts to rest the theory that there's Clipper running these things. Clipper's safer than this shit. So yeah. There appears to be no PID. Yeah, there's no. Yeah, this is software. All the software has to do is, have I been told to heat up? Yes. What is the expecting heated rate? Well, when you do a PID tune, there's an expected rate of heat change, right? Based on a PID tune, I should go, oh, I should expect to increase 3 to 4 Celsius per second or something like that. Am I heating up at that rate? If so, yes. Am I not? Over 10 seconds, if it's an abnormal rate, over 10 seconds, error. That's all it has to do. This isn't seriously any, like, Marlin had this in like ye olde days. This is basic shit, and this doesn't have it. This is like a serious safety issue. Like, we've tested both machines. Both machines, both a P1P and an X1, and yeah, it does not have proper thermal runaway. Like, like how? What's the actual abnormal? What's the actual error called? Abnormal heat cycle? Is that what it's called? Yep. I'm gonna have to do a video on this as soon as the stream ends. This is not good. This is not good at all. This is a major safety issue. Why is it always me? I get the front falling off, and I get machines that don't have proper thermal runaway protection. Like, how is this overlooked? How did they overlook this? Like, and the thing that angers me the most, this isn't some, like, you know, this isn't Bob and Smith in their garage in Shenzhen just throwing together printers and selling them at 200 bucks. You guys are DJI. Literally, the entire founding team of Bamboo Lab is DJI. You guys should know better than this shit. Like, I don't hold Bamboo to, oh, it's your first printer. Yeah, it's your first printer, but you guys used to be DJI. You guys used to be senior engineers at DJI. You should have this shit under wraps. This is baby stuff. This is a joke that you don't have this kind of thermal runaway protection enabled on your machines. Like this is it. Oh, it's your first machine. Oh, no, you guys should know better. Like, and this machine, I've said it, and people say this all the time. This machine is, oh, this is great for people who don't know anything about 3D printing. You just unbox it and print. Yeah, and they don't know what a thermal runaway issue is. Like, not heating at expected rate. Oh, okay, it's, you know, it's like my toaster. I guess I just wait for the toast to cook a little bit longer. Like, so yeah, this is not good. How did they skip this? How did they miss this? Like, I don't blame reviewers for missing this, because most reviewers, they text thermal runaway, they just unplug the hot end. Okay, that I've done. That's how I usually do it too. But now I'm gonna have to start pulling thermistors out of machines to see if they detect the not heating at expected rate issue. So as far as I know, I'm the only one who's noticed this, and we only noticed this because I had the Bamboo loaded, or the AMS. If I didn't have the AMS loaded, I would have just replaced the Toolhead board and been on my way. But because I tried to do an unload on a machine that had an issue, it failed. And then we started digging into it. This is why you do it live, by the way. With the newer models, the P1P is doing it. The P1P is doing it, and this thing's the newest machine they got. Mandic also had this? Okay. Like, this is no bueno. This is no bueno. Glad I didn't cancel my Prusa XL order. Frick, Joe knows safety at least. Lord Gitface, cheers. Thank you for becoming a member. I'm probably gonna end the stream in a little bit here. Because I'm gonna record a video right after the stream. Yeah, latest firmware on both. Latest firmware on both. The X1, you can't go, oh, it's a pre-production one, because I got the production tool board in it now. Everything else is production. And it's software. This is a software issue. It shouldn't matter what the hardware is, because it's a software issue. It doesn't detect the firmware not heating at hot end not heating at expected rate error. JTMN, yeah. $10, cheers. The machine is great for breaking down the house. Modern narrow, oh yeah. Yeah. A2. Yeah, this is literally like basic, and they don't have it. Yep, these machines aren't being, until they fix the firmware, I'm not using these. I don't trust them. It's a safety issue. This has been a fun stream. This has been a very educational stream. I'm glad you folks have been here for this. This was fun. Beryl, I just turned in. Bamboos don't have proper thermal runaway protection. They don't detect when the hot end doesn't heat up at the expected rate. So if your thermistor falls out or it breaks and it's not detecting a temperature change, it'll just keep heating up. Now, it's a PTC heater apparently, so it's not like it's going to burn your house down. It'll just, you know, keep heating up forever and hopefully not. Christopher, $10, savage, but LOL, love it. Cheers. And go enter to win some Polymaker filament. We got to do that. Oh my God. How? I'm gonna have to download this stream. I'm gonna have to record a video, and then I'm gonna have to pull clips from the stream into the video. Expected heat up. Yeah, Beryl, if you pull, like, the thermistor is not in this right now. So here, I'm gonna clip this for the YouTube, okay? So right now, this is a P1P. This is a P1P running the latest firmware. That is the thermistor. That thermistor is not in the toolhead. So this is simulating, you know, oh, you didn't install it correctly, or it's broken, it's not reading, it's reading a temperature, but it's not reading temperature changes, okay? And if I tell it to heat up, so I'm just gonna tell it to unload filament, because if the unload filament cycle tells it to heat up to 250 degrees, okay? So it does this little song and dance here. And then it goes over there, and this is where it waits to heat up to 250. Only it doesn't. It just sits there at, well, it's reading 31 degrees, because it is kind of close, so it's gonna get a little warm. But the hot end keeps getting the juice, because it's trying to heat up, and it's trying to heat up, and it's trying to heat up. But the thermistor isn't reading that it is heating up, so it's going, hey, you're not heating up, keep giving it juice. And the controller board's like, okay, here's more juice. And before you know it, you're burning the filament out and it's smoking. So, yeah. We already got some molten TPU down here. I'm sure carburizing TPU inside my hot end's great for these things. But, you know, science. Oh, here comes the smoke. Oh, it got some bubbles. Got some bubbles. Please check with regular heat up, not from the filament. Unload. I noticed funky behavior from it. Okay, here's the thing. It shouldn't matter how I tell it to heat up. We tried doing a print. I tried doing a print on the X1, and it did the same thing. It errored out. Or it didn't error out. It just kept trying to heat up. So yeah, that is now smoking. So this is now smoking. And look, 240, or correction, 40 degrees Celsius. So I'm restarting it so the fan kicks on. So it actually, you know, doesn't, you know. So somebody's saying, just heat it up. Okay, I'm just gonna heat it up. I'm gonna try not to create smoke. I'm just gonna tell it to heat to 150. I'm just telling it to heat to 150. Oh wait, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter what temperature I'm going to, because it's gonna keep running away. It's still trying to heat up. Yep. So yeah, even just telling it to heat up. So at first, I thought it was an issue with just the unload command. That might have been because the connector in the old Toolhead board was faulty. But it turns out, no, it's not just the unload command. It's anytime you tell it to heat up. It lacks the thermal runaway protection for filament not heat, or hot end not heating at expected rate. Okay. Mandic replaced the daughter board on the hot end. I just did that. I replaced the Toolhead board on my X1 to the current production model, and I've also done this on the P1P, and they both don't have thermal runaway. I've already updated the Twitter post. Yeah, it's not, here, I tweeted this out, yeah. Not good, but tested both P1P and X1C with the new Toolhead board, by the way, and both do not have thermal runaway protection that detects not heating at expected rate issues. Unplugging the thermistor from the hot end and leaving it hanging to the side, the hot end will just keep heating up nonstop. So if you have a faulty thermistor that isn't reading temperature changes correctly, or it falls out, somehow it fell out, or you didn't install it correctly, your hot end will just keep heating up. Now, it's a PTC heater, which means it's not going to melt down, okay? That's a good thing. Doesn't excuse it. Oh, my car, you know, my brakes don't work half the time, but my car, you know, it only goes 10 miles an hour, so it's not like it's going to break anything if it hits something. So, this is not good. They need to do they need a software. This is strictly a software issue. Somehow in their firmware does not have detection for this issue. And this is a like huge oversight. Like this is a massive oversight that their thermal runaway protection does not include a stipulation for not heating at expected rate. Like this is a joke that it doesn't have that. Factory defaults. Factory defaults shouldn't matter. Like it's the latest firmware. If they disabled thermal runaway in an update, that would make me even more angry. I don't want to look to see if they disabled it in an update because that would just piss me off more. This is their latest firmware. Test the bed. I don't know if I can. Is there a separate? The problem with the bed is it's all one monolithic structure. But the thing is, you know what? If the hot end's doing it, thermal runaway is thermal runaway. Why would it be working on the bed too? Why should I expect it to be working on the bed? Like it's usually, thermal runaway is usually like a monolithic part of the code. It's like a yes or no thing. It's not, oh, here's thermal runaway for the bed, here's this, you know. Yeah, on the wiki fact, they state that the X1C has thermal runaway. Well, support, where's the wiki at? Fact. Yeah. To replace the thermistor temperature. I If it doesn't have it on the bed, these machines are like seriously sketch, and you should, like, even right now, I'm not happy. Gonna do my stream. I was gonna go, you know, swap out the Toolhead board, go make some steaks, finish filming tomorrow's video tonight, get that all done and ready. So for tomorrow release, no, the bamboo's gotta have no thermal runaway protection. Okay, where the... So we got that goes in there, that goes in there. Ah, frick. It's got some weird proprietary connector. It's got some weird 6-pin connector for the... Like, here's it coming off the bed. You got, these are your power, mains, ground, and thing. And then you got this weird 6-pin, so I can't just plug in a random thermistor to do what we did on the Toolhead. So I can't. But the thing is, as of right now, I can't confirm that thermal runaway on the bed is working too. Like... Yeah, like I can't confirm thermal runaway is working on the bed right now. Personally, until they issue a software update, I wouldn't use these machines. They don't have thermal runaway. It's like any other. It's like an ANET right now. Don't trust it. Can I disconnect one of the mains wire? I'd have to take this stupid cover off. Like, how do you not have this enabled? Like, this isn't like a super complicated thing. It's thermal runaway. How do you not have it properly enabled? Yeah, Sebast, I'm making a video right after this. Like... This is not good. I don't like this at all. I had a fun video lined up for tomorrow too. I got the CNC stuff. All I had to do was go out and finish machining it tonight and then record the intro and the outro. It's gonna be a nice relaxing night. Have some wine with the wifey. No, I gotta do a video about how your bamboo is gonna burn your house down. Well, not really. Just literally, you're missing something that Marlin has had for, you know, a decade. Oh yeah, there's a Voron Live tomorrow. Something small might be announced. I don't know what exactly. Actually, I legit don't know what's being announced on the Voron Live tomorrow. I haven't looked into the channel. The amount of screws in here that are like mixed metal and plastic kind of annoy me, but it is what it is. Voron Tap recall. Oh yeah, there's an issue with the PCB on the Voron Tap. Apparently, somehow it was missed in testing. But there's like a, depending on your controller board or something, there could be a power surge during boot up that can fry the little board. Somehow it never showed up in testing until like many of these boards were made and put into different use case by people. So there's currently a stoppage on the production of the boards. So either swap it back down to 5 volts, which you can do by removing some components, or There's like something else you can do. I can't remember what exactly, but you can fix it. Solder, yeah, solder resistor on it too. But somehow we tested these boards for like months and it never showed up in any of our limited testing. But sometimes there are just things you don't find out until, you know, several hundred people have them. And then it's like, oh. So, it is what it is. Worst case, I think the only thing that happens is it just pops a component on the board itself. It doesn't actually damage your controller or anything, I think. Okay. Yeah, this was fun. Did you guys have fun? Did you guys have fun? Did you guys have fun? Blah, 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 blah. CNC boron parts. Yeah, all this stuff that I recorded today is all gonna go, or over the pad, it goes in the to be worked on later file, because we got more important stuff I gotta do a video on now. Yeah, the hard drive on this computer is only 120 gigs because I built this computer just for streaming, right? So I just use like a cheap SSD and it's like, all I do is stream on it. But the problem is I download software and I download stuff on this computer and it fills up quick. I've got an 8 terabyte RAID array unraid NAS over there that I use for like actually storing everything. So. Would you still build a 2.4 at this moment? I would. It runs Clipper. It's got proper thermal runaway protection. Ah, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Okay, okay. RAID isn't a backup. Nope, it is not. But it works pretty good. There we go. Oh, it just did a RAID check finish, 0 errors. There we go. Yeah, I got myself a, what do I got in? I got 3 4 terabyte hard drives, and one of them's the array thing. And then I got for some reason, a 1 terabyte buffer or whatever it's called. But it's good enough. It's good enough. Also, it horribly needs updating because it's been online for 151 days, which is good. And the Xeon X5450 and 8 gigs of a DDR2 RAM is totally cutting it. Look how little CPU usage. You don't need a beefy CPU. You know, a CPU from 2009, it can handle it. Okay. Did you guys have fun? Did you guys have fun? Oh, I gotta put the thermistor back in this. Well. Okay. There we go. I gotta leave it out. Okay. You guys want to do a giveaway? Let's do a giveaway. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna have some wine with dinner, and then I'm gonna film a video. So. This was fun. You know what? You got 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes to enter for the draw. Link in the description. Also, if you want to help support the channel, content I create, things I do, there's also links in the description as well. For example, Polymaker filament. It's a great printer chow. It's also great for putting your cameras on during a live stream when you need a little extra lift. This is. Oh, let's check. Oh, I got a bunch of notifications from the Twitters. Okay. Yeah, Tom was having, mine was having obvious temperature issues and did not throw any faults. Yeah, this is... So to the printer, Yeah, see this, I don't like I don't like this thought process where, oh, it can't catch fire because it's a PTC issue, so whatever. Like that's like saying, oh, you know, my car brakes don't work half the time, but my car only goes like 10 miles an hour, so it's not an issue. It's not an issue. Yeah, this is just, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. TPU's, yeah, TPU's easy to print. Yeah, I don't need seat belts because I got airbags. I don't need airbags because I got seat belts. Uh, 75 echo. Well, it's not Voron boards that could fry. It's the tap board, and all that happens is you pop a resistor on it, so the board just breaks. It doesn't actually damage your controller, and it turns out it's because some boards in some situations, paired with some controller boards, have an issue where on power up there's a potential over voltage spike. Something, I don't know. I'm not an EE. There's a whole thread on the Voron Discord. But it was caught before a lot of boards were put out from testing. Just clear the error and keep printing. Yep. Send it. The VFA issue, it'll have VFA issues. It's got a dual extruder setup, or dual feed extruder setup. It's because one of the gears is oblong. It's a common thing in 3D printing. When machines get to a certain point where they're good enough to print, the defects that you normally see that hide VFAs go away, and then you see the VFAs. That's why you see VFAs in usually good printers, because they're hidden by stuff that other printers are bad at. Oh, I don't know why my camera doesn't want to focus on my face. Well, this was fun. This was fun. What do we cap at? What do we cap at? 620 people. Wow. The tap boards not have. I don't know. I'm not an EE and I wasn't involved in the development of them. As far as I'm aware, it wasn't an issue that showed up at all during testing during the beta period. It's just once hundreds of them were made by various different manufacturers, it just became an issue. So I don't know if it's just because of like certain manufacturers, certain components that they use are different than others. I don't know. But it was something that never showed up in the testing and development of the board. And then as soon as it went to production, there was enough of them out there that it was like, oh, this is something that affects some of them apparently that we didn't know about. So, okay. Tap time tomorrow? I don't know at this point. I don't know at this point. So yeah, I'm gonna go make some steaks now. We're gonna do the draw because it's past 5 o'clock. So we're gonna do the draw. We're gonna do a giveaway, and then I'm gonna come down here and film a little video. So this was fun. This was fun. I need to keep this page open for reference. Okay. This was fun. This was supposed to be just honestly, the whole plan today was just to replace the Toolhead board and go ahead and print something and call it a day. But no, I had to have filament loaded. If I didn't have filament loaded in it, I wouldn't have hit the unload button and we wouldn't have noticed this at all. And now, you know, now we're realizing the Bamboo firmware is faulty. This is a straight up fault. This is an unsafe thing. So, yeah. Is it totally random? No, we've tested both. I've tested my P1P and I've tested my X1, which is on the ground right now. I've tested both. And the X1 we tested with the current Toolhead board and the pre-production Toolhead board. And basically, it's a firmware thing. The firmware lacks heater not heating at expected rate protection. So what that means is if you tell it to heat up, if it's detecting a temperature, okay, and you tell it to heat up, It'll just keep, it won't go, hey, I'm not heating at the rate I should be, and I'll error out, okay? But if you unplug the heater, like if you just take that thermistor right out, it'll error out because it reads 0, okay? The issue is if the thermistor is not installed correctly or if it's faulty, then you run into the issue. So I got 2 machines that are paperweights right now. So 1, 2, and everyone just put a number. Everyone say hi. If you're new here today, say hi. Introduce yourself. Because I like that upticking engagement before the end of the stream. So everyone just say hi and yeah, there we go. Hi everyone. Okay, let's do a giveaway. If you win, you'll get an email from me after the stream ends. Fill out a little form, you get your filament. A couple days to a couple weeks, depending on where you live in the world. Nowhere. Apparently you live nowhere, man. Congratulations, you won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. Pull up your information here. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so you'll get an email from me after the stream ends. I'm gonna call it there. I am starving. I'm gonna go make some food and then film a little video. And it might come out tonight. It might be tomorrow morning. We'll see. DHL. Ooh, what's this? What's this? What is DHL sending me? What is DHL sending me? DHL. Oh! Ooh! The Rat Rig V-Core is on its way. Cool. Okay, we're gonna call it there. I'm starving. I want to shout out to everyone that donated to the channel, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others. I would not be able to do this without your continued support. You make this all possible. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament that we give away every stream. If you want to check them out or other vendors or whatever that support the channel, links in the description as well. If you have a bamboo machine, I'm not your mom, I'm not your dad, but it doesn't have thermal runaway working properly. Take that as you will. And if you are bamboo, update your shit. Get your firmware fixed. It's a firmware issue. Just copy the code from Clipper and just give it credit and call it a day or something. Or actually, no, then you got to release your source, but whatever. Make it work. Make it safe, okay? People are buying your machine because it's the easy printer to get. It just works, except for your thermal runaway. Make it work. Okay, I'm going to call it there. I'm done. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.